Hey guys, it's Danny here with Little Rip Tater Chip Channel, and today I am going to review an album. And that album is Accept's The Rise of Chaos. I've listened through this album maybe 20, 50 million times, and it's phenomenal. Every song I love. It's pretty much an instant classic Accept album. Um, and I feel like with their last four albums that they have with Mark, they've kind of reinvented themselves. They're a lot heavier, um, and it's just beyond amazing to me anyway. I've been listening to Accept basically since the Restless and Wild album, and I've gone back to their catalog, and with Udo on vocals too, it's beyond amazing. One of my favorite bands. Wolf Hoffman is one of my favorite guitar players of all time, and one of my heroes too. Hence why I have Flying V's behind me, kind of stylized after him. But let's go through each track and talk about them for a little bit. Um, right now, we're going through the opening track is Die by the Sword. Great opening track, lots of heavy guitar. Um, Next track is Hole in Your Head. Uh, Again, beyond amazing with the guitar playing, drumming, and a good song to basically, uh, what's better, this or Hole in My Head, And it's a great anthem to live by. Next song is the title track, Rise of Chaos, and it's definitely chaos. Um, Again, just the way Mark does his vocals, and Wolf Hoffman with his guitars, and Peter Baltus with his bass. It's just slamming in your face. Good old heavy metal. Next track is Kool Aid. This track is about Jonestown, basically a false prophet comes together, gets a whole clan of people following him, and then once he realizes he's going to be like overtaken by this military force, he force feeds children, women, men uh, this Kool Aid with cyanide in it. The cyanide is to obviously do a mass suicide, but the whole song basically says don't drink the Kool Aid because there were some survivors from Jonestown that escaped that horrific event. Next song is No Regrets. Again, another great song off the album. Um, the guitar playing again amazing. Christopher Williams, you sir are a great accept drummer. Um, no, diminishment to the two Stoffmans that were in the band, but Christopher Williams, you're doing a great job. Keep on doing it. I feel like you're a great fit. You don't drop a beat. You get in that pocket and you stay there, and it's amazing. Your live performances are amazing as well. Next song is Analog Man. This song reminds me of my dad um, because it basically just says, I'm going to be old school. I ain't liking the new school. Fuck these technology and all this stuff. I want to be old school, record on tape and vinyl, and just have like the old school 8 tracks and all that. But again, we're living in a world of digital, and there are men just like my dad who doesn't even have a bank card because he just believes in cash. He records music old style on tape too. He wants to live in that analog world, which I do believe in it too, because it does give you a more warmthy, live, heart-filled sound instead of just using Pro Tools and going in there and cutting shit out that you don't want and fixing things that you could easily go back and do a second take instead of just going in there and pinpointing where a note is and be like, oh, that note sucks. Let me fix that note real quick and be ding, and that's it. Instead of just going back and recording the entire song or that progression. Next up is my favorite song on the album. What's Done is Done. Um, Again, it's a great heavy song, and I can't speak to the fullest of this album because it just left me breathless, you know, uh, because their last three albums with Mark were just one after another, just great, great, great. I feel like with the rise of Chaos, they've just punched it up to 11, if I may steal some Spinal Tap references. Um, I just feel like it is modern. I feel as if you know, these guys are pushing 60 years old, and they're blowing away guys that are in their 20s with their guitar playing, their sound, their drumming, their bass playing, their singing. I feel like if these guys were 20 years old, the Accept guys were 20 years old, and put out this album, it'd still be significant. I feel like if they're a brand new band and they came out with, like, this was their debut album or something, they would be hitting it up in the charts, which they are anyway. Um, Next song is Worlds Colliding. Again, another just heavy metal song. And then the next track after that is Carry the Weight. This song basically is one of my other favorite songs off the album. Is basically describing just, don't carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. Just, have get a helping hand and let somebody else take the weight as well. You don't want to carry the weight on your shoulders because all that's going to do is just break you down, make you have anxiety, make you have depression, all this stuff. Feel like it is a great anthem for those who are suffering in any way with carrying the weight. And the last song on the album is Race to Extinction. I mean, the song title basically describes itself, as in this world is becoming worse and worse and worse with wars and people just hating on each other, and we are eventually just going to destroy each other. And this song is basically describing that. Um, Again, the guitar playing on this album is phenomenal, classic Accept, and Wolf Hoffman I think is getting better and better and better and better with his guitar playing. Um, he is classically trained too, so he is throwing stuff like that in there. I like how he does throw in like different music styles, like Bulgarian style and Russian style, and funny little nuances of like Mozart and Bach and Beethoven and his stuff as well. Peter Baltus, you just stick in the pocket and you're a phenomenal bass player. Uh, the other guitar player that's in the band, great. Mark, always great. And you, sir, Mr. Christopher Williams, have won me over, and you're a beautiful, beautiful drummer. Love you for it. Again, guys, the album is Accept's Rise of Chaos. Pick it up, listen to it, love it. Play it 40 million times in your CD player or however you get it digitally. But again, analog, man, keep it analog. Um, so again, guys, listen to it. Accept's Rise of Chaos. And remember, guys, let her rip, Tater Chip.